Communities across Colorado are currently struggling to help the arriving migrants. It's not just a Denver thing. Service providers say that they were disappointed that the governor did not mention the crisis in his State of the State address yesterday. Not one word. Our Steve Steger found nonprofits that are stretched to the max, from Pueblo to Fort Collins to the Western Slope.
The very visible crisis in the city of Denver is still a crisis statewide, even if there's less visibility. Tonight, 3 views from 3 regions of Colorado, starting near Fort Collins.
But what I'm seeing is that the systems are getting really stressed right now because we do not have the infrastructure to really provide the services that we normally provide.
Gloria Catt, executive director of Family Center La Familia up north, says that stress can be in just about every aspect of life, from housing to schooling.
We're seeing a surge in the number of students, that are being, just being settled here in this area.
Down in Pueblo,
there's a lot of strain.
Much of the same.
We can't just pretend that they will just be taken in by all the other programs that currently exist, all the nonprofits and the work that currently exists.
Dr. Velia Rincon with Servicios de la Raza says new arrivals need resources, stretching service providers there to the max. She's surprised the governor didn't mention the crisis in the State of the State.
They are, like I said, quickly becoming our newest unhoused population. You'll see them on street corners asking for money with their children.
Many communities like Carbondale, like Glenwood Springs, Basalt, Aspen, and others don't have the resources.
On the Western Slope, Alex Sanchez with Voces Unidas says small towns are full of migrants moving to places looking for work, as evidenced in the small town of Carbondale. He says these small towns need bigger help.
We need government at the state level and the federal level to be able to provide not just some resources, but also the technical expertise and the leadership with all of the resources that the state and the federal government have.
So all of these service providers are worried about the incoming cold and the impact this weekend. They do point out that the state is helping there with the governor's executive order on the cold, but Alex Sanchez with Voces Unidas says that the mountain communities he covers see this kind of cold all the time. And so he is urging the governor to issue a state of emergency for the migrant crisis because, again, it's happening all over the mountains in all these different communities where this is really a reality, the cold that we're seeing this weekend, Kyle.
Steve, I understand the governor's perspective, which is that he wants to keep the focus on the federal government. He says the federal government is the one that can't solve the border crisis, so therefore they should be the ones coming in with the funds. But if you're a community under crisis, you want to talk to anybody who will pick up the phone and help.
I was going to say, this is more than just funding from what we've heard from these service providers. This is like technical resources, knowing how to manage a crisis. When you've got these small towns that may not have the emergency plans that a bigger city like Denver or Aurora might have, they don't have the shelter space, they don't have vacant buildings or vacant hotels where they can move people in. So they're looking for any sort of technical expertise that might be able to help them out, and that's what they're looking for from the state.
On a lighter note, the two of us sitting in front of fireplaces talking on the news when you're not really supposed to go outside has a big 2020 vibe to me. All right, Steve Steger, thank you very much.